Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, my name is Yumna Adzra Haidir. I'm from Social Science Education Study Program, UIN Syarif Hidayatullah Jakarta. And now, let me to inform you of my opinion on social matters. It is discrimination. As we know, so far, so many cases of discrimination have obviously had adverse effect on the class. In relationships between social groups, a power imbalance often sets off a breed of discrimination behavior. Discrimination is a deliberate distinguishing attitude towards individuals of particular interest. The distinction is usually based on religion, ethnicity, and race. Discrimination tends to be carried out by the majority against the minority. Discrimination attitudes arise or occur when a person does not have an attitude of tolerance or respect for differences. For some, discrimination is a daily experience. The reality of society, actually, they are need a special attention as this involve mental health for its victims. Numerous psychological studies indicate that discrimination can result in social isolation, resulting in mental health and emotional tiredness, such as stress and even suicide. Many cases have been made against the minority in regards to this discrimination, such as the Uighur Muslim case in China, racial or skin discrimination in America, and ethnic Chinese discrimination in Indonesia. Another cases of discrimination that could cause the psychological health of the discriminated group to be disturbed. Discrimination is not just between groups, but can happen to the individual. Subconsciously, we may feel insecure and feel the need to overthrow others as a way to live ourselves. We are all prone to feelings of inferiority, insecurity, and inadequacy. Doing so would be improper since it could cause conflict. Usually, people who are discriminating against others feel superior to themselves or their identity. Such discrimination is obviously not in harmony with Islamic teachings. In the Islamic perspective, humans are made to differ from one another. In everyday life, we can see that our friends come from different race, different religion, different ethnicities or gender, and etc. And other different. These differences, however, don't excuse us from treating them differently, simply because they have no background in common with us. Allah spoke in the letter of Al-Hujurat, ayah 13, which explained that humans were created into the earth to be distinct for one another. Its purpose is for humans to get to know one another. Knowing it is also not mean to divide people, but to understand, to accept, and appreciate these differences. There should also be no reason to hurt one another, to do injustice or look down or other human, seeing differences only to humiliate others and to break clearly does not conform to the teachings of Islam. Islam strongly forbids Muslims to be discriminatory because in its attitude demonstrates a rejection of the requirements of God. It also does not reflect the teaching of Islam that teach us to respect one another, not to break, but to help another, to be fair and to be good. Therefore, we must shun discrimination for the common good. To avoid conflict as well as the other effect of discrimination, we must maintain good relation with others regardless of race, religion, ethnicity, gender, or social state. We must remember we must remember too that it is God who makes such differences in order to complement one another. Keep in mind, friends, that Islam doesn't like divisions, so keep in touch with one another.